Imagine taking a crispy roasted potato and using it as a pizza base. This is what we're doing today. To start, we need some potatoes. Amounts and varieties are up to you because all varieties of potatoes will work for this. I chose 2 because it would look better on video. Now we wash them and then put them inside of a pot. As you can see, I'm having a hard time fitting 6 inside, but I wanted to go overboard because the internet likes that sort of thing. The spuds are covered in cold water and the pot goes to the stove on high heat. To speed up the boiling action and save on gas, I cover the pot. When the lid began to shake, I removed it and let the potatoes boil for exactly 10 minutes. And after that time, I drained them, let them cool down to room temperature, and then I put them inside of a bowl and placed it in the fridge until the next day. Funny how video condenses time so well. To you, it was just a few seconds, but it was hours to me. Anyway, now I'm peeling these potatoes because potato skins have loads of pesticides in them. But if you enjoy eating pesticides, you can leave them on. Look at all these naked spuds completely at my mercy. I wonder if they know they're gonna be graded. In case you're wondering, par cooking the potatoes the day before is the proper way of making a rosti, and it gives you the best texture as well as flavor. But I do have a rosti video on how to make it the same day and with raw potatoes, the link for which is in the description. However, I need to tell you that the raw version is more like a hash brown than a rosti, at least for me. With the potatoes all shredded up, I'm going to season it simply with only salt, black pepper, and some grated garlic. The reason being that the other components of this pizza will do some of the heavy lifting when it comes to the overall flavor of the dish. That being said, you can season your potatoes any which way. At this stage, you taste it and adjust the seasonings if needed. Now I'm going to warm up a large ceramic frying pan and then add some lard to it. You could use some kind of vegetable oil if you prefer, but I don't recommend butter for now because it's going to burn. Don't worry, because I will be adding some butter later on. When the lard has melted and it's hot, I scatter the potato shreds around and then press them down with a spatula for 2 reasons. It will give me a nice shape and also a good structure. To help the rosti cook better, it's best to cover it, but since the skillet has no lid, I'll use another one as its lid. Now I'll leave it there on medium heat as I prepare the pizza sauce. To make it, you'll need tomato passata, which is pretty much the same thing as crushed tomatoes, salt, olive oil, and red chili flakes. My pizza sauce is very simple by design because I want the tomato flavor to shine through with no impediments caused by too many additions. Nevertheless, the sauce of your pizza should suit your own taste and preferences, so feel free to make any additions, alterations, or even use a completely different sauce than the one I'm showing you. With the sauce made, it's time to check on the rosti. The bottom is brown and crispy, so I'm gonna flip it. In my other rosti video, I flipped it mid-air, but this time I decided to play it safe and use a plate instead. And then, as the rosti goes back in the pan, I'm going to start assembling the pizza. First in goes the sauce, then shredded mozzarella cheese, and for my topping of choice this time, sliced salami, though you can use anything you want in here because this is your pizza and you are its master, its lord or its lady. Now for some dried oregano, which really is what makes something taste like pizza to me. I'm gonna add some pads of butter around the edges because much like me, potatoes love butter. Now I cover it again. This time it's mostly to melt the cheese. Whenever the cheese is melted, it's ready to serve. I recommend letting it cool down a little, but I know it's hard to be patient whenever there's pizza involved. I didn't actually use all the potatoes for one single rosti. Instead, I made another one to show you that if your skillet has a metal handle, you could stick it under the broiler or grill to brown the cheese. Rather than a large one, you can make mini rosti pizzas, which would be great as a canapé for a party, but for that, working with a griddle would make things a lot easier. After having the bases brown and crispy and placing them on an oiled tray, you can dress them however you'd like. I went for sauce, cheese, tuna, green bell pepper, chopped tomato, and oregano, then to the oven until even more crispy. As I ran out of B-rolls, let's go back to the original pizza. This dish is a great way to impress your friends if you have them, or a loved one. I can't think of a single person who wouldn't enjoy eating something like this. If you don't eat pork, you could top it with other things. And if you don't eat animal products at all, firstly, I'm very sorry to hear that, but the same applies to you.